Can we take back racist and say discriminatory? Because I think that's a better word.
Yes, it is a much better word.
That's a better word, and I am very discriminatory against words like the ones that they were saying in those names. I'm not about to hire you if your name is Watermelon Andrea. That's just not gonna happen. I'm not gonna hire you.
Worse, both by running and by winning.
All right, Anna, enough about Trump. Now let's talk about you.
Yeah.
Adios, America. Of course, I say, hola, America, but all right. So you wrote your book, Adios, America, the left's plan to turn our country into a third world hellhole.
Yes.
And your stance on immigration is part of why you like Trump. You've said that you are a one-issue voter now. Tell us, what does this provocative title mean? Explain it to us.
Well, I say it, adios, America.
I say adios, America.
Right. What it means is that the nation that has been so welcoming to immigrants, to women, to children, is an amazingly successful nation. And the Democrats do it for the votes. The rich do it for the cheap labor and the cheap maids. They strut around like they're Martin Luther King. No, who is our immigration policy hurting? And this is the post-1965 immigration. We're bringing in millions and millions of people from very poor cultures, from very backwards cultures. No, our social programs are for the American poor. They are for
Let me just point out to you that you're
for
sitting
the
at this
American
table
working
next
class.
to two immigrants, and I don't think either of us qualify as poor maids. But I wanted to ask you, what's your family's
but that's
immigration
what most
story? Are you
are.
a Native American?
Why, yes, I am. I'm a settler. I'm descended from settlers, not from immigrants.
Oh, it's not a Native American. You were, but I have a question for you.
That's just an
No, if you mean
Were you already
Indian,
here when the
if you
pilgrims
mean
showed up? Were your
Indian-
people here?
well, no, but I'm not living in Cherokee Nation, so I am not an immigrant to Cherokee
Neither am
Nation.
I.
I'm living in America, which was created by settlers, not immigrants.
I have a question. My mom taught me when I was younger, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Please clap.
And why do you think that it's important? Why do you think that's important to mudsling and have these words that obviously touch the hearts and souls of so many people of America being said when we're taught something different as a child? Could you explain that to me? And why do you think your success is based off of that?
Well, I'm at least talking about policy. You have a position on what people's names should be. Damn! Watermelondria. I mean, you'll insult people for their names. I'm talking about a government policy that affects all Americans and immigrants and the people living here, and it's harming our country. So you don't follow it.
Damn!
Okay, got it.
And I'm talking to people from basically everywhere about Hillary Clinton. And as she put it, it's time for a woman president. Do you think we're ready for a woman president?
What happened? What do you say?
Are we ready for a woman president?
Why not? Yeah, women are better.
Yeah, I know that I feel that they're better in a lot of ways.
Yeah, so we are ready.
At least 2 ways they're way better.
I think we're ready for a woman president. I don't think we're ready for Hillary Clinton.
But she's a woman.
Well, that doesn't mean she should be president.
So it's more. You have to be more than just a woman to be a viable candidate?
No, I just think it should be the right woman. And my personal opinion is it's not Hillary Clinton.
So just being a woman isn't enough?
Nope.
The Republicans instead have tried 300 and some odd times to obliterate Obamacare. They've never once put gun legislation into the House. They won't. They're afraid. The NRA has them in their pockets. They're puppets, and they're jerks.
Can you explain to me why in Chicago during Father's Day weekend, 13 people were killed, 53 were injured by guns when they have some of the strongest gun laws in America? Can you explain that to me?
They don't have strong gun laws in America because any idiot can buy a gun.
In Chicago.
Any idiot can buy a gun from a gun show or on the internet, and there are no background checks.
Yes, and they can buy it illegally as well when they're banned.
But back here.
Not if you have background checks, and not if you have.
No, I'm saying they can buy it illegally.
No,
they can buy it illegally.
This is precisely why you and the Libertarian Party in Canada and the Libertarian Party in America have no credibility. You are completely disregarded as a political force.
These are personal attacks, sir. These are personal attacks.
Jeffrey, I think that's a personal view.
Before Dinesh went into prison, he said that Mexican immigrants, unlike immigrants who travel for a far distance like he did or I did, were, quote, parasitic. But since then, he has done community service as part of his sentence. And come to find out, oh my God, not all Mexican immigrants are parasitic. So Dinesh, I want to give you credit for that. You've got a nice open mind about us. Tell us about that experience where you began to see that maybe not everyone from a certain race might be parasitic.
Well, as you might imagine, this is the Cenk version of what I said.
Damn!
And you can rely on it being a fast and loose summary of the facts.
Damn!
The truth of it is,
look it up.
Historically, immigrants came to this country when there was no safety net, when there were no benefits to be had. They came out of necessity, they couldn't go back, and they had to make it. In other words, there were ladders of opportunity, but there was no a rope that they could hang on to and have other people pull them up. What makes our situation different today is that we now have a massive welfare state. By the way, a welfare state set up by Americans for Americans. A social contract is among the citizens who are already here. There is no automatic right of someone who is not a citizen to claim benefits that Americans have collectively pooled for themselves. So, my point is America should have a generous immigration policy that attracts immigrants of the first stripe. If an immigrant is coming here to sit in a hammock and get free education, free healthcare, free this, free that, then stay home.
Wow.
So just to close,
The vast majority of people who are stopped and frisked are black and Hispanic. That's because the vast majority of people in New York City who actually commit gun crimes are black and Hispanic. I'm sorry, I can't do anything about that.
How many statistical regressions do we have to run? That's not true. Look, and
yes, that is 96% of all gun assailants in January to June 2008. 95% of all gun assailants in the city of New York are black or Hispanic.
guys, again, how many regressions do we have to run? Black and Latino folks are overrepresented in being pulled over, in being tried, in being sentenced, in being incarcerated again and again and again and again and again. What's those numbers? You don't believe it. No.
Because, you know why? The reason I don't believe that is because let's take speeding.
Let's don't agree on facts. That's how we have democracy when we can't.
Right, because you don't care about them and I do. So it is not anybody's fault that 50% of the murders in this country are committed by young black men. It's not the fault of the people who are putting them in prison that those people happen to be black. It's not the fault of the New Jersey Turnpike Police that they're pulling over 23% black men when they did a statistical analysis and found that 25% of the people speeding were black. Okay, again, since 1994, in the 75 largest cities in America, when they analyzed whether there's overrepresentation in crimes that were reported, not just crimes that were charged, crimes that were reported versus the prison population, they found that blacks and Hispanics were statistically underrepresented. The biggest problem for blacks and Hispanics living in the inner city is that there aren't enough police officers there to actually take care of them and police the crime and make their city safe for investment and education.
Holy shit!
Another one. Arguing that the jailing system is now sexist against men because there are more men than women in prison? That's really your argument?
No, it does happen to also be the case that more men commit crimes.
More men commit crimes.
Very true.